everybody, welcome to another episode of our debut dev showcase, where for each one we're going to be taking a look at 4 games from 4 first-time indie developers, as well as if they have a Steam store page, provide some feedback and advice on that. If you'd like to submit a game for a future showcase, you'll find a link to that in the description of this video. We're going to be starting with the platformer Secret Horizon. And now that I figured out how to get a clock working, I can actually get the time accurate for our 20-minute play. So, with that, we're going to get started here. So let's begin with Secret Horizon. So this is, I think, puzzle platforming. Hello. So I'm a cute little cat. Hey, does gamepad work? Yes. Oh. Okay, so that's weird. Gamepad does not work except for the jump button. Got for a checkpoint. Try to be aware of that the transition doesn't quite, you can like die through the transition of this screen. Oh, we're already changing the music. Oh. Okay, so he kind of like sticks to the wall. Wait, how did I do that? That was weird. I'm not sure how I died there. Oh, am I dead? Oof. No checkpoint? Oh. Okay, that... Now, one thing's a little bit weird. You tap, and then he stays crouched until you tap it again. Ooh. I'm not sure why this is fighting me. Like, I'm kind of like bouncing out of it. Not a huge fan of the wall jump. I have to kind of like hold it, otherwise he'll just like hit the wall and then just like slide off. A lot of platformers where you just kind of like stick to the wall without having to do any further input. Let's see. I'll try going up this time. No, there is no way you're making that. I'm not sure how you make that jump without having some kind of double jump option. Well, they're definitely going for like more of a difficulty standpoint. It would be nice if it would checkpoint after each room. Oh! Alright, so definitely a playability issue. That you do get a dash. There's no mention of it anywhere on the screen or onboarding. That would have made things a lot different. Can't dash into that. Yeah, there's definitely some like little bit of jank with like the walls. Like I'm kind of like getting stuck on like the corners. Ooh. And I would also say for games like this, you want checkpoints to be very more frequent than this. If it's not every room, at least every other room. Yeah, like, again, you saw right there, like, I kind of got up, and then I kind of, like, bounced off, like, the corner. And surely I should be able to make that. Why? What the? What? So it's X, not Y? Yeah, and I would also say that for a game like this that is very technical based, a key rebind would be very handy as well. You just like immediately drop. I'm not liking the wall, like, stickiness of this. Especially using a keyboard, it's a little awkward to kind of jump off the wall. I want to try something here. Just as I thought. Wait, what? You don't restore the climb or the wall or the dash on hitting a wall, only when you're touching a floor. It feels like they're trying to go for like almost like a Celeste meets a puzzle platformer. I don't know, that should be making that. Ugh. Yeah. One thing that I'm not a huge fan when it comes to wall jumps is when you have to kind of swap keys. So if you're on the right, you go right, left, right, left. Because when you're trying to do a lot of technical platforming, it just comes off being a little bit hard to do. What the? No, he's just not making that. Now, there's another mechanic to this, then I am not seeing it. That won't give me enough of a height. Gamepad not working is kind of an issue too. We may be stuck here. See, and that's the other problem with how, like, if you have to hold a button down for a wall climb or wall jumping. Because when you go to push off the wall, you won't be immediately pushing to the right. But if you don't time it right, your character just lets go of the wall, and then you, well, fall to your death. I mean, that appears to be the right thing. We're just not getting enough clearance. Is it just that precise? Double jump would be really nice. That looks like it could have worked. This is also why whenever you're near like a difficult spot, you want there to be a checkpoint, so the player doesn't have to do a run back. Yeah, like, you can see, like, sometimes... Like, I'll hit the wall, and then I'll kind of, like, bounce, like, very slightly off, like, the corner. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, like right there. Yeah. The thing about platforming is that because of how technical and precise it is, if it doesn't feel good, it just really saps a lot of the playability. Yeah, definitely, again, more checkpointing would be really appreciated. Let me get through this. What the? Wait, what? Wait, I didn't touch anything. How did I die? Did anyone see me, like, hit the spike there? Oof. Well, hope you like that music. You're going to hear this loop a lot. Like, here's like the other issue. I'm holding right as I'm leaving that jump, but because it locks your input to try and make the wall climbing easier, I just go careening right into the spike. Alright. Can we not die to the air this time? Let's see. Oh. definitely having some issues here. I think a lot of this is just like kind of like first time platform design. Which platforming, especially technical platforming, is very hard to get that feel right. Yeah, again, sometimes you get like stuck on those corners. Yeah, again, you jump at like that wrong angle. Can we actually make it past this? There's still no checkpoints? Ooh. Oh. I have absolutely no idea how you're making this. With only one dash. Ooh. Like, it's still on the story, but it's supposed to be a short form. Well, even with it being short form, that doesn't excuse a lack of checkpoints. Especially with how jank the wall climbs are. Okay, what? I'm watching the footage again. Yeah, I didn't touch the spike. How did I die? Always finding new ways of getting killed in these games. What if I just full go? Oh. And it's often why a lot of like Celeste Lakes and more challenging platformers will checkpoint across every screen. Or at least every other screen. It doesn't feel like there's multiple ways of going. Oh. And that is our 20 minutes. So, thoughts on that one. Music is good, but I found the platforming to be way too janky for a game like this. The wall climbing is very frustrating. And again, lack of checkpointing will always end up ruining a game like this. Unless you're pitching it specifically towards like the ultra hardcore platforming fans. But that is, of course, a very niche audience. Yeah. It's a little also hard to tell the actual hitbox on those spikes. When you, on that last room, you saw kind of like how the spike was like an angle like that. So does that mean that I'm safe like on like the bottom part of the spike? Is it, you know, just a flat line as the hitbox? But again, it's hard to test that when you die and then you go all the way back. So let's take a look at the store page. Thumbnail, I like the background art, but the main character just kind of completely disappears in it. Even if you can see... figure out how to zoom in. There we go. You can kind of see him there. But this doesn't really, like, say anything about what this game is. Like, you could assume this would be, like, a, you know, an adventure game, or something like that. There's no traps. Like, it definitely, like, it just doesn't, I think, stand out enough. Like, other than, again, like, this kind of, like, very haunting background, I would probably give this maybe, like, a C, maybe even a C- as a thumbnail. Let's take a look at the trailer. We were there. Oh. Yeah, so they're positioning it as a rage game. And again, if you are a first-time developer, you don't need to start a trailer with your logo or any kind of company branding, because it's oftentimes only used like once you've already been established. Now, the footage shown is good. Let's see. Like, it kind of, like, the stinger ends with, "Will you be the fastest?" Which is okay. I kind of feel like maybe the "Will you be the fastest" should be the second, or the penultimate part, and then kind of like the final moment of the trailer could be you being chased by whoever that thing is, as kind of like the big final test. Double now on Steam. Overall, though, I would say the trailer moves pretty nicely. It didn't feel like it was slow in any place. You showed off a variety of the environments. Like, I think it's a decent trailer for a game like this. And again, with it being a short-form game, it's not like you have hours upon hours of footage to kind of play off of. I'll give it maybe like a C or a C+. The stuff is here is good. Like, the only thing I would say would be different or to change would be you only need the logo at the start, and to maybe move like the chase to like the final part, like make that be like your final moment. And this right here, this looks a lot better, like having like the little visual effects and like the rain. Like this is just really hard to tell from the thumbnail what this game is supposed to be. Let's take a look at these images as well. Yeah, so again, the other challenge of this being a short form game is that you're featuring a lot of the screenshots that were in the trailer, and typically you want to have different things in there. Oh, we get double on this one. It would be nice as one of the images and maybe have the character like in mid dash or show off like a little bit more of an action shot. But I would say it's about like average in terms of the screenshots. Let's see what we have here. So you have this kind of like eye. Like, it almost seems like it would be better for the thumbnail if it was like a little bit more zoomed in, and maybe have that feature of the eyeball. I can see you have the kind of like that same thing in the O here, but like this just looks like the character is like just staring at like a fog. Like this looks a little bit more like interesting. Alright, so very short about this game section. I do like the GIF. But it would still be good to at least have like a little bit of description of what this game is. You have, again, platform obstacles or grow monsters. Like even just like one GIF showing actual gameplay would be good here. Declaration. Again, everything about this is designed or is meant to be very short form. So I know that you don't have lots and lots of things to show or say for it. I would give this maybe like, again, like a C for the about this game section. Just again, giving the player a little bit more about what this game is going to be. Now we come over here and right away, we have a very big issue. Like, this is definitely the wrong genre tag for a game like this. And remember, you want to have at least a minimum 3. So, indie, single player are always givens. But yeah, platforming, action, even puzzle could possibly fit here. Adventure, no. If we're talking about adventure as a genre tag, now we're getting into, point-and-click adventure games and that particular style. Let's see, what does it recommend? The algorithm's at least picking up, like, again, like, it's putting them in the same category as strange antiquities, which, that is definitely an issue. Rain World, Terraria. Yeah, this is definitely not like Baba Is You. I'm surprised no one's used a popular tag to describe this as difficult as well. Yeah, so this is a very big issue, at least in terms of the algorithm. So you did do a good job of all the social media. But yeah, this is definitely a big sticking point. And because of that, I would have to give it maybe like a C. Because you're missing out on a lot of the platforms being able to recommend your game. Because if someone's only searching for platformers or single player games, it's probably not going to show up here. And it's also being lumped in with games that it's not supposed to be. So overall, I think this would be like a C store page. From a gameplay perspective, again, I think the problem is that it just feels very clunky to play. And while that can work if you're positioning this at like fully as a rage game, so you're going for the Jump King, getting over it, that particular crowd. If you're just trying to position this to like a regular platformer fan, a lot of people are not going to enjoy like that level of like clunkiness. And again, the lack of checkpointing for a game like this is always very frustrating. And like I said a few minutes ago, you can say that the game is meant to be very short form, so we want to give the player a lot of, get as much bang for their buck. But when you're doing very annoying runbacks in a game like this, I can see a lot of people just saying, nope, I'm not going to repeat that, to then get that one chance to try this again, to then die, to then repeat. But visual design, I would say, is good. Music works. And again, with this being a first-time game, I'm not going to... It's like not fair for me to like completely like rip it apart from platforming. Excuse me, because platforming in of itself is a very hard genre to do right, especially do at the level of a Celeste, a Super Meat Boy, Mario, etc., etc. So I would be interested to see like if they would improve on this or refine as a sequel or another platformer from this team. But that will do it for Secret Horizon. So up next, we will go to Loot Bane. I do like the title screen for this, with the use of the clouds in the background. Keep it at 3 lives. So I think this is a bullet heaven, but we'll see. Oh no, this is just more of an exploration. Okay, so how does combat work? Okay. So what is the difference between 5 rooms versus 9 rooms? Location. Definitely seeing like a little bit of weirdness with like how random things are. Why would I fight these enemies? Why don't I just get the gold like that? Let's see. Do we get experience? I think we got a little bit of experience for that. Oh, good. Did equip it, yeah. Okay. So I guess we're just going until we hit, yeah, 50. a little boar in the water. Chess. So this we do want more rooms as a chance to get more loot. Music fits. So when we get to 50, I guess either the demo ends or we have some kind of big bad final fight. Still don't know what gold is used for. Guess we'll find a shop, maybe? Okay, so don't do anything there. Do we get more followers? Sure. Alright, we'll just take the items. So we're probably not going to find anything better. I'm surprised I haven't found a sword yet. Okay, so we can buy gear. Sure. Now watch we get the sword. If I tell her to say what happens. So how do I merge? Is merging not possible? Sure. Well, we get some items besides just these, there we go. We get a lot of value for going into these dungeons. Should find a fountain, I hope, soon. Thank you. So right now, what I'm thinking is, excuse me, what are we kind of like building towards? Now fast forward. Sure. And then we need all the luck I can get. Yeah, better heal. Okay. Oh, we're making moves. I wonder what quality means. It doesn't seem like they can break. Oh. What was the chance of me getting the same thing twice? This will try and get another partner. Maybe get some rare gear. There it goes. Sure. Oh. Let's go to this one to see. Oof, that's a lot of enemies. Oh. Oh no. Aw. Wait, you lose all your loot? Oh, you still keep your gear. Okay, that's good. Oh. I did not mean to exit out that. Why won't it let me merge the items over here? What we need is another follower. If I hit continue, okay, at least it puts it back in. Alright, here we go again. This should be more manageable. can't handle, I think, 8 to 10 enemies at once. Okay, so you can't zero out damage. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, if I do the 8 to 10, we're just gonna die. No loot from that. Sure. Nope, not enough money. Oh, good. More gold. Alright, we're 15 away. Oh, does the follower level up as well? Maybe we'll try and combine those so we can get the chance. Alright, surely I can recruit someone. This one I just need people. Alright, let's see how this works. That was a lot easier. So we have kind of like auto battler roguelike. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we can still handle the 8 to 10. Is there a quality higher than rare? Sure. I'll keep the more armor. Okay. Well, drag and drop one item to another. That must be in your inventory stuff. Alright, so I do this. Okay. So if I combine these two, does that make a... I'm not quite sure if that's better or not. Oh, here it actually shows you. I'm just going for the more number strategy. Alright, 10 more. We shouldn't make it to the end of the run. Boom. Boom. There we go. I try the 5 to 8. Now let's go for it. Suppose we have lifesteal. Let's see that. It's helping. I think 8 to 10 though is still too much. Oh. Alright, we're at time. In that case, I'm just gonna fast forward to the end. Items. 48. 49. Alright, so this is final fight. Let's see, do we win? Or do we just die? Alright, let's go super fast forward here. We're doing it. He can't kill me, but I can barely kill him. Come on. Go lifesteal. I'm too tanky to die. Yay, we won. Okay, so we just kind of repeat. And we just keep going until we eventually die or make it to the end. Okay. Areas. So it doesn't seem like there is... Oh, there we go. Pop out there. So, doesn't seem like there's like any kind of meta progression to that one. But I do like what I was seeing there. They're going again for, as the store page says, a minimalistic RPG. We'll pull that back up here. There we go. I think just the challenge of that one is getting people to like know, like they're looking for like this particular style of kind of a short form auto battler roguelike. Well, let's take a look at our page here. Thumbnail I really like. I do like the detail of the pixel art here. You have the different colors for the title itself. The only thing that kind of like sticks out to me just feels like there's a little, like there's like an odd bit of like negative space right here. Like it almost seems like the thumbnail itself like extends right to like here, and then we just have like this like black border, black part of it. Maybe just like put like one enemy like right here, or just like something. Not like a huge deal, but it's like sticking out to me. But I do like this one. I think that it catches your eye. Your eye is probably going to be immediately drawn to either the color right here or to our shiny, shiny sword. But still, I think, and again, like for something like this, it kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be fighting lots and lots of goblins, or whatever the heck that thing is. I would give it like I think a B minus or a B for the thumbnail. Really nice. Okay, so we have 2 trailers. Let's see. Show off that loot. Okay. Okay, so what is this? Is it the same thing? Roll endless choices. Okay, so it is just it's essentially the same trailer. The only difference that this one says play the demo, this one says do the playtest. Like this I would say is not necessarily needed on the store page anymore. Because it's just literally the same exact trailer. The only difference is you just say at the end, join playtest versus join play demo. But I like the trailer for this. Very snappy. The only thing that I would say is a downside of this, and it's not something I think you have any real control over, is I know that a lot of people may not like how basic the art style looks. But again, that is just like the nature of what you're able to do. Music fits. The music I think fits like all around from what I played of this. I like the kind of text and the animation to get to kind of like show that there. And then this is kind of like your end moment for it. Yeah. I do like, I think the part that I really like in terms of just like a flourish. Let me see if I like how you're just like showing like all like the cascading like loot coming in. Yeah. Overall, I think really solid for like what you have in here and what the game is about. We'll look at the little demons over there as well. Does it show anything else? Okay, so the difference is that the playtest is showing on Humble. Here, the play demo is just on Steam. I like it. I would give that, I think, like a B. A solid B for the trailer. Shows you what the game is. You show off kind of like the allure of all the different loot. We do have a legendary boot right there. I think like the only thing I would like generally add, maybe as like the end moment or like the big stinger for this, would be like getting like the highest possible drop. Even just like having that like be like have like some like extra like flourish or effects on the trailer. So you're like, aha, you got, you know, the legendary or whatever is considered like the highest possible tier, but still really well done. Let's go over here. Hero, equip them. We have our GIF here. I like how you're showing different backgrounds. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think really good use of GIFs on this page. This one I'm not a huge fan of, because it's, unless like this is in the game, like I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. Like I'm assuming that this is just showing you how different skills will kind of proc to one another. Well, for someone new looking at this, it just looks like a bunch of dots. For some reason, it's reminding me of like a 4X, like the Galaxy generation. Excuse me. Okay. Alright. Yep. I think, again, really solid. Explain what this game is. You're showing off the loot, combat. The only thing I would say is maybe a nitpick to this would be just, like, unless like this is like featured in the game somewhere, I don't know if this is really like helping, especially since it stands out so much from everything else that's on here. But overall, I think this is a, I would give this like a B for the About This Game section. Right, so you have adventure, indie, RPG, strategy, good. You've gone over the 3 tag minimum. Only one I would say maybe to add would be maybe single player. You have social media. Yeah. No problem there. Overall, this is a really good store page. Let's see, is the game showing correctly with what games is it like? Yep, a lot of auto battlers, RPGs. Yeah. Oh, I think this is a really, from what I'm saying, I think this is really solid. As I said, the only place I think that may hurt you is with the art style. Just because it doesn't really like stick out. But that is the nature of, you know, what you're able to do or what you and your team were able to do as from the art department. But I do like the gameplay. And yeah, definitely getting this game in front of people who like auto battlers. I guess for the developer, if they are watching this either live or recorded, what is like kind of like the average duration for a run? Because we play about 20 minutes and we got roughly, I bet I could go a lot faster to get through the first area. So is it only like 3 areas long? So maybe hour, maybe 55 minutes? Now I do see it as kind of like one that just like popped out. I'm assuming that this GIF is using the older style for like the progress bar. Whenever you get a chance, I would say just to update this using the new version, because you don't want to have like older builds being shown on your store page. It's always going to be consistent in that respect. Well, no, I enjoy this one. And definitely best of luck. This is one I wouldn't mind playing more of when it is released. So with that, we're going to go to our one itch game submission. So this is a dungeon crawler. So this is Warlords. I think this is Warlord's Penance. And I'm hoping that OBS picks it up right away, but we shall see. So this is dungeon crawler with kind of rhythm-based combat. Cancel my text properly. Alright, we'll go with him. There we go. I do like the look of this one. So you can parry. Wasn't right. There's no, like, locational-based damage, right? Oh, you do heal while you're moving around. That's good. The one thing that kind of, like, messed me up when I first started playing was I thought you have to do the motion before the attack goes. Well, in this one, you were supposed to wait for it to actually show up on screen to then either attack or block. Nice blood stain there. The only one the music does fit. So we have 3 over there. We need teammates. Sneak around. Don't know if there's any fake walls or not. Oh, he's coming. Oh. I see, so we have to time. Take that. We have 1 potion to my name. Oh, so we do have to time it. Oh. It was giving me, like, flashbacks of playing House of the Dead with the axe throwers. I'll let my health restore just a little bit. Keep doing it, like, slightly too fast. There we go. Oh. Oh no, we need a key. Anyone home? I keep expecting to find a fake wall. Oh, nope. Oh, he's just blocking it. Wait, how am I supposed to hurt him? Oh, okay, I see. Die. Oh. But I wasn't ready to fight you. You can at least give me enough. The VP is letting me restore my health to some extent. Right, let's get you out of here. So he can run in combat if need be. Well, let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, so I just don't like that. Gotcha. Whee! Oh. Oh, thank you. Over there. So I'm guessing 2 will eventually be used for the other person. No, that's a lot of guys. Yeah. Oh. Not bad. The look of this reminds me a little bit of... Was it Crypt Keeper that we played? The one that was the word base. Alright, got the key. Oh jeez, there's a lot of guys in here. Oh, was he not seeing it? One potion. Oh. Oh, you're gonna be fun. I don't think we go up in stats on this one. Alright, we're ripping and tearing now. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, jerk. Hey, stop that. Alright, so one hit her while she's charging. Nice. No, I won't go in there yet. Just leave me alone. Oh. You again? If we don't get some healing soon, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. The dodge works really good at avoiding multiple hits. Okay, got more health. That's a dead end, but does it lead anywhere? Or does it have an item for us? Alright, let's go. Oh, we got more vitality? Show me a key. That's not a key. Oh. We did all that killing for nothing. Okay. The third character, I don't know if they're in the game or we have to unlock them. Oh, goody. Alright, you're out at least. choice. You know we need the help. I think it's more important to get the third person. Uh-oh. I think we're screwed. Fireball. Oh. I think we're both screwed, and I think we're also coming up on time. What will happen first? Me dying or hitting the timer? Oh, it is. God. Can I sneak around you? No. Well. Oh. Hey, we got vitality. Oh, jeez. Oh. So, fireball staggers. So I think this is the finale. Yeah. Maybe 2 more groups? 3 more groups? Nope. Oh. One second. Alright. Since there isn't a store page, we'll push a little bit more and see if we can finish it. Because I think we only have 2 more. Oh, jeez. Can I, like, sneak around? No. That was a lucky kill. Oh, jeez. Oh, you're summoning too? you're immune to... You die. There we go. GG. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. I thought it broke for a second. I like it. It does get like a little button heavy once you have all three characters, but it feels really nice to play. So I'm guessing we're the bad guy? Have you thought about like expanding this concept out further in any way, or do you see this as a one and done? I think it's good. It did take a little bit of like having to readjust in terms of the fact that it's not you attacking or blocking at the moment of impact. It's just like slightly after when you see the projectile on the screen. So do we unlock the... No, you don't unlock the third guy. So it's basically you'll always get like 3 of them. Yeah, I could see something like that. Yeah. And then just like trying to figure out what is the exact time to attack some of those enemies, like the Elite Guard and the Wizard. I think as it sits, like as you're saying in the chat, like there's not enough here, I think, just right here to make it into a full game, but with additional elements, you know, gear, maybe like leveling up to improve like damage or reduce like cooldown on skills, there could be a very solid dungeon crawler. I guess, do you see this as more of a dungeon crawler style or more like a CRPG? Yeah, okay. I could definitely see something like that. Like, have, like, additional party members. I would say, like, 3 in terms of control, I think, is, like, right at the limit. Any more than that, and when you're trying to figure out or use, like, multiple skills and keep track of multiple cooldown timers, I think it could become a little unruly there. Still, I think really great idea. It's always, like, I'm trying to think, I know we've played a few dungeon crawlers that have kind of like the active combat, but I don't remember if they allow you to actually counter enemies. Yeah. And that would also help you in terms of like party dynamics as well. Player can only choose 1 melee, 1 range, 1 mage. And then you can kind of mix and match between the different ones. I think the 1-bit style does work here, kind of gives it like that, I don't know if I want to say like a decrepit look, but it has kind of like that old school charm to it. Oh, you don't know what the deal is with the Nether Magus. I guess, since we are coming up on time, in terms of enemy designs, would you see, like, in terms of... Do you see, like, the enemies being expanded on in terms of their mechanics? Or do you think, like, from what we saw, like, near, like, the end of the play, like, kind of like the commander and kind of the boss would be, like, the extent of enemy complexity? Because with a system like this, you could get very advanced. Like, have, like, a boss or someone where... It almost, like, reminds me of a way of, like, back in the old days of, like, a trauma center. Where you have to, like, do, like, all these, like, additional things, or then, like, set up the, in that game, the disease to get, like, treated. But in something like this, to, like, hit the enemy. Like, deal with, like, a summon. Or, like, hit, like, floating spells, or stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that could work as well. I'm curious, like, if you decide to expand upon it, to, like, kind of, like, see, like, how far these can go, because there's always that very narrow line you have to walk in terms of adding more to get people interested in it, but adding too much that could bog things down. But yeah. It's always good, or I always like to see, like, dungeon crawlers and these kinds of games, like, in more of a real-time atmosphere. Oh, I just realized, this reminds, like, the look of it in terms of inputs reminds me of... There's that dungeon crawler we played, I think it was... last year? Or the year before? Here it is. Path of the Abyss. Now, that one, I think, had less... I think it had, like, a little bit less in terms of, like, enemy interaction with it. But you had a party of 4, and you had up to 9 skills that could be activating or proccing at any one time. But not as, like, rhythm focus. But yeah. Good luck with the game, and let me know if you decide to, like, expand on, because I'll be happy to play it more. Alright. So with that, we have one more game to show off. And that is going to be Monster Hunting Party. I believe this is a Bullet Heaven. Alright, so this is Monster Hunting Party. There's a lot of starting characters. We'll just do more damage. I didn't look at the tutorial, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt me. Alright, so we are attacking automatically. Right at the start, it looks... I feel like the characters are, like, a little too small. So this is only, like, it's going to be the characters are your gear style. Yes. Hit him with that mushroom. Oh, get off. How many characters can you get? Okay, here we go. If these characters are different, it would be nice to show that as well. And especially if you're having different classes like this. Like, does the warrior and the fighter belong in the same category? Like, having feedback on the GUI as to, like, what characters belong to what synergies would help out a lot. about to lose our archer. I can't rotate, so I'm just kind of like at the mercy of whatever angle they decide to attack at. Okay, so you can combine units. Okay, here we go. Warrior plus warrior, warrior plus... Sure. So here's like the problem. If you combine a fighter and a herbalist, what class do they technically belong to for synergy? Does this save her? Okay, so it does. Okay. There we go. Oh, now I need more units. Yes, bounce. Bounce like the wind. I'm guessing she'll heal the party, yep. I'm assuming if this is a bullet heaven, we may be going for 20 minutes. I wonder if there's a level 3 upgrade. Sure. The art here, like the different characters, reminds me of that old 3DO game I played. I think it was like Guardian Legends, with like the different golems. Ooh. Oh, that's me. I wasn't sure what that death field was for a second. Okay, so it does do combinations. So here's like the question. If you combine two different classes, does that upgrade class get potential from both? So the warrior and a cleric or whatever, do they get bonuses from both warrior and cleric items? And who's the hag? Is that considered the witch? Oh. Well. Uh-oh. Oh, the effects are piling up. Hey, we found a bug. I like... excuse me. I like having the different class combinations. The concern is if the game is doing enough to stand out from all the many bullet heavens we've played. I guess like the first thing is just try and build up towards enough for the... Oh, I need to do it right here. Never mind. There we go. Basic key, shoots a barrage of arrows. Plus warrior, go. So with this party, we just want to try and get as many fighter combinations as possible. Like, and then go like this. So does she count again as a fighter or marksman? Drop the sword. Oh, just more damage. Caramel was trying to give off like a Final Fantasy 1 vibe to me. Ah. Because you can spend gold eventually just to power that. Penance. Okay, so once they get to tier 2, there's no combinations. I'll take that. Let's even grab another warrior, now I can make a monk. Sure. Oh. Super cleric. Okay. Nation. We'll try and get a monk if possible. Well, we survived 2 minutes. Alright, so that should let me create the monk, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez. So the monk is just Goku. Our party is fully upgraded, right? Yeah. So at this point, we just kind of want to spend on... power here. We can right click to get it out. Alright. So I think at this one we're just kind of set. Just spend the money to keep raising stats. Oh. Get him. That actually hurts. We need more movement speed. Get away. Faster. Okay, so we really need damage. It means more healing. Go for it. But we need the movement speed just to be able to dodge these bosses. Well, it didn't crash it that time. I think we're again getting stacked. Get him. Have we reached the nuke portion of our play? I have no idea where we're going to protect that cleric. Or reverend. Oh, look at that. Someone's sucking on a straw. Sure. I just feel like you kind of need a healer. He just keeps laser blasting. Sure. Yes, there's no way to kind of set a target. It was not as much damage reduction as I was hoping for. None of this helps me at all. Yeah, I think besides the art style, the one thing that does kind of hurt this game, it does feel like it's playing a little bit slow. So every 3 minutes we get a boss. Good thing rocks only work one way. Oh. And that is our time. Alright, we'll kill this guy, and then we will move on. Oh. Okay. Alright, now it said I had 36 crystals. You have 0. Hopefully that gets fixed in the full game. You see anything else? It would be neat if you could unlock the potential to get tier 3 units. Okay. Do these only stay available for the initial? This would have been useful to have like somewhere while you're playing as well. But the whole idea is going to be party synergy. Not bad as a concept. I think again, like the presentation is probably the weakest part of it. Thumbnail, I would say, is average. Like for someone that says Monster Hunting Party, there's no like characters on the thumbnail. Like considering how important like the different characters and classes are, it could be good to like have them like showing up somewhere. Yeah, it definitely needs more like tooltips from the chat. Like information about the different, like you can click a little bit on them to figure out what they do, but even just having mouseable or mouse over tooltips would have helped out a lot. The thumbnail doesn't quite like give me anything. Like it's like we have, you know, blob shaped enemies and that's it. I would give it maybe like, I think a C-. Like it's clean, but it's not really catching the eye at all. Let's see what we have with the and the enhance your unit screen is a little bit clunky in terms of having to manually select things one at a time. Units. Wait. Did they reuse that footage? Huh. I think they no, they didn't. It's just like it looks very similar. Like, this is a game where definitely the art style, I think, is going to be a weakness for a lot of people. Not sure the music is really matching, too. It's missing kind of like a big moment at the end. Like, you kind of like, I think, used up a little bit early with like the AoE blast. But even just like ending with like showing them beating up the boss, or a lot of explosions, just like something to kind of, again, like show off a bit of a style or a flourish would help out a lot. But the trailer does feel like it hangs a little bit at about the halfway point. We're just kind of watching them walk around, and yeah, we're just watching them walk around and shoot. The gameplay, I would say, is good, but I think it needs more to like stand out and make people excited for another Bullet Heaven. For the trailer, I feel like a C minus, maybe a C. And you have just the base amount of thumbnails, and of course this was featured in it. I think another thing this game would also benefit from having a few more backgrounds, because everything is just taking place on the same exact backdrop, which kind of like adds like the repetitiveness of it. Yeah. And this section is just not good. Remember, you need GIFs. Even GIFs showing off some of the character explosions, stuff like that, would help out. 30 plus combination. Wait, there's 30 plus combinations there. But it says right here 50 units to choose. So is it 30 plus or just 50? This part is going to need some work. I would say the grade for the About This Game section, I would give it an F. Like, it needs to be more to this. And again, definitely get your definitions standardized. So is there 30 plus combinations, or are we just dealing with a flat 50 units? Alright, so action, casual, indie, RPG. I would say those are good tags. Let me just add single player just to complete the set. There's no social media here. And again, you want to have at least something or some way for people to contact you. Whether it's, Twitter X, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever. Yeah, I would say that this page could use some work. This thumbnail, I just don't think it's going to do a lot to attract someone to it. And the biggest challenge for this game would be competing with a lot of the other Bullet Heavens, and especially from a presentation and art style point of view. I like the characters, I like having the different combinations. That, I think, needs to be the major selling point, both in terms of how it's presented and advertised, as well as having that like your core feature in the game. Like, get some like wacky combinations, like really expand the whole like class dynamics or class combinations. And there could be something here. But as it stands, I feel like it's too limited to really stand out. Especially when we have, it's being mentioned in the likes of Rotato, Megabong, which I heard is doing really well, which I haven't played yet. I don't know what Vital Shell is. And of course, the 10 billion pound gorilla of Vampire Survivors. I think it's kind of interesting that we've yet to see any Bullet Heaven really like manage to beat Vampire Survivors, and we may never will. considering they just keep adding more and more to it. But I believe that should take us to time. I think we may have only gone over just a little bit this time. But that will do it for this month's Debut Dev Showcase. So we already got a few signups for our next one. Remember, we need at least 4 signups in order to do another episode. If you are watching this and you have a game or a completed project you want me to take a look at, be sure to sign up. The form should be in the description as well as in the recorded version. I'd like to thank all developers for submitting games. I hope you got some useful feedback out of it, and best of luck with your projects going forward. For everyone watching, be sure to do the YouTubing stuff. Check out the Discord and Patreon. Support will go towards more daily streaming happening. We already have the goal met for 1 extra day of streaming each week in the month of February. So any more donations, if we can hit our next goal, will mean more. Oh, thank you, Zizako, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that, and I will add that to the tally. We'll see if we get any more before the end of the month. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoy the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.